Heads up, the following video is GTA. GTA is a game with several inappropriate things and violent scenes and should not be replicated in any way in real life. Seriously, killing people, stealing cars, and running from the cops isn't cool. Stay chill, sit back, and enjoy the video.
Hello ladies and gentlemen, what's up? It's Sykohtic here, what's cracking? This is my garage on GTA 5 Online. So I haven't done a video yet on GTA 5, though I really do just enjoy the game. So I just figured I'd basically give a quick introduction via my garage, just sort of show you all my cars and why they're here, why I've done them the way I've done them, etc, etc, etc. And yeah, I guess we'll just we'll jump right into this one. First up we have my Infernus. Basically all the cars in my garage sort of have some sort of general purpose, or to a point they do. Basically, you'll notice I have like an adder, but I mean I don't really have anything excessively expensive in here. But basically the Infernus, originally I really liked the Infernus, period. I like the Lamborghini body shape and everything like that. And I sort of started to do it like a Lamborghini Superleggera, which is sort of what the stripe down there is sort of modeled after and everything. So I believe it's modeled after mostly a Murcielago with some Pagani mixed in the rear right here. But I sort of picked it originally because I liked it, but then the main reason I kept it here is because, believe it or not, this car has better launch and better grip than the Adder, at least as far as my testing has gone. Me and my buddies tested these things and drag strips and everything like that. I mean, it's pretty much, it's not, you know, faster than the Adder in the top end, but on a line it can definitely keep up with the Adder off the line. Next up we have the Rapid GT. Now, the crazy thing about this car is it doesn't turn worth a crap, and this is actually probably my favorite car in the garage, which, because it's, well, partially it sports my favorite sort of color scheme with the red, black, and white, but generally the entire thing with the Rapid GT is, as far as I can tell, it is the hardest accelerating car in the game. The Entity might outclass it. I haven't tested it against an Entity before that I can remember, but I'm pretty sure that outside of like the Entity, and I haven't tested against the business DLC cars, but this is the hardest accelerating car in the game. It's just, it's a brutal acceleration. It's like, I know the IGN stats or whatever for these cars are all pretty much wrong, but like, it's like a full like notch higher than most every other car in the room right now. I'm pretty sure, I mean, the Adder does beat it out, ends up beating it in the drag strip, sort of like the airport testing that we did. But off the line, this thing does rape the Adder as far as I can tell. Next up, I got the Jester, which is part of the business DLC. You'll notice each car sort of has like a different color. I sort of wanted to go with like a, I want to say sort of a candy color garage, I guess you could call it. Just because I sort of like the contrast, it sort of makes it makes the garage look more high-end to me when each car's a little bit different in color and everything. It's just me though. I went for a sort of race, like GT look on the car. Some people don't like that look, don't think the wing is ridiculous and everything, but this is actually pretty precise for if this car was in like a GT3 tournament or whatever, like a Le Mans series racing circuit. This is pretty generally what the car would probably look like because of all the racing mods and everything, and I really like, I use it in a lot of like races and stuff. I mean, it's pretty good stats all around as far as I can tell, and I mean, I think it looks pretty badass in race trim. It's just my opinion. Next up we have another one of my favorite cars in the garage, my Monroe. It's sort of like, I sort of describe it as my Hitman car, because it, I don't know, it just sort of has that classic Y50 sort of just like, I don't know, to me it's really cool. I'm pretty sure that it's supposed to be modeled after like a little bit of Lamborghini, like classic Lamborghini, a little bit of classic Corvette, and a little bit of classic Ford GT. I'm not necessarily certain though. It looks definitely very GT40 from the front, but it definitely looks kind of like Ferrari, Daytona, Lamborghini from the I can't remember the name of it now. Lamborghini Miura from like the front back. Like if you just use my body as like your blinder here. Now hold your hand up to your face. Now just look. You just look at it. And it's definitely some Lamborghini Miura in there. Anyway, now that I wasted your time doing that. Next up is my Banshee. That's right, Banshee. And it's obviously modeled after a Viper. I think everyone pretty much knows that. It's one of my favorite cars because I actually had to work a little bit. I bought like 4 or 5 of these things trying to get a hardtop, and finally I got a hardtop. I'm like, I haven't tested this, but I kind of feel like the whether you get a hardtop or not is kind of determined on what color you order. Like, I ordered like an orange one, I tried to order a pink one, and I can't remember. There's like one other color I tried to order, like yellow or something. I can't remember. But they all came out as convertibles, and I'm pretty sure the convertible is a little bit more common than the hardtop. But then I ordered it in like blue or something, and it came out with a hardtop, and I painted it purple and everything like that, etc., etc. But I think it looks really cool. I really like the color combo in this one. It's one of my favorite color combinations in the room, with like the green hubcaps and like the purple with the black stripe. The one thing I don't like is the way like the pearlescents come through your matte paints, because the stripes supposed to be matte black, but like whenever I walk by it, you can see it turns kind of purple because of the pearlescent underneath I added to make the purple pop a little bit more. I don't want to watch TV. Next up, this is actually a very recent addition to my garage. I've always loved the Karen Rebel. For some reason, I know it's like the cheapest car in the freaking game, but that you can buy online. But this is obviously the clean version, so I mean, you actually kind of have to go look for this one. And yeah, I went and I got this from the beach or whatever, and I mean, you can look that up on YouTube, or I can do a video on it. I'm not really sure why you'd want me to do a video on it when there's about 15 videos on YouTube about how to find this truck. I always have at least one off-roader, and this is obviously based off about a 1980, I think it's 82 to 89, or it's like 79 to 89, I can't remember, Toyota Hilux pickup truck. This would be the generation, I believe it's the same generation they did on Top Gear. They destroyed on Top Gear in like season 3, I think, was that. I mean, it's not excessively fast in GTA or anything. I just think they look really cool, especially in clean trim. This one does have the rear Baja bar in the front, and the I went it with like military spec steelies. And now it might be a little bit of an awkward color. I'm sort of experimenting because I'm trying to figure out, you know, a decent color to match up with this row of cars, because they're all sort of this like fire color, sort of a fire. I call it like a fire gradient. Of course, you have the you know, adder and everything, red, orange. That's probably gonna go to a lighter silver, and then sort of got like the base of the flame. But they're decent off-road. They're not exactly overly fast. I had a Gallivant or a Baller here before. I mean, I've had like probably 7 or 8 of the like dirty like Baja truck versions of the Karen Rebel. That's not even an exaggeration. I've probably had like 7 or 8 of those things, just because I like them so much. And then I had a Merryweather Jeep for a very long time, and I had a Dubsta for a while. That's actually my first off-road vehicle, was a Dubsta that I'd done up. I used SUVs and everything, but now this is my current off-road vehicle. It's probably going to stick around just because I really love the way it looks. There are definitely better off-road vehicles than this, but you know, I just like the way it looks, so balls to it. This is my Turismo R, aka my LaFerrari. These 3 cars right here The orange, the LaFerrari, and the Karen Rebel right there. None of these really have anything beyond, like, this one doesn't even have aesthetic upgrades other than its paint. I'm not exactly doing well in the whole money situation. How much do I have even? I can't even remember if I hit the right button. $742. A big whopping $742. That's all I have after spending money on that truck the other day. But anyway, this is part of the business DLC, as you know. It is a LaFerrari. I'm not sure what else is really mixed in. It might have some McLaren P1 in it, I think. Yeah, it does, because that side scoop is definitely McLaren P1. It doesn't really have any Porsche 918 in it, which kind of surprises me. I wish it had a little bit more. I hope they come out with sort of a 918 sort of thing. Maybe the new Zenitoro or whatever coming out in the next business, excuse me, not business, the High Life DLC is going to have some 918 in it, as well as the Shelby Supercars vehicle that I can't remember the name of. It's like Tuatara or whatever. Okay, next up we have my Albany Alpha. Now some people, I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be like a Cadillac CTS-V. I think that's what it's supposed to be, with some really, I don't even know, mixed in, like some, I think it's supposed to be some Rolls-Royce Phantom mixed in there or something, maybe some Bentley in the rear end, I don't know. This one confuses me, because I'm not sure what it is supposed to be. But I have done a lot of aesthetic upgrades to this one. A lot of people don't like this car, and I don't know why. I think it handles really good. It's decently fast. I mean, it's not the fastest car in the game, obviously. It doesn't accelerate as hard as the Rapid or anything like that, but my personal opinion, I think they're pretty cool cars, and I really kind of like the way they look. I sort of went with a low spoiler, because I had the big spoiler and I had no spoiler, and I really like the no spoiler, and the big spoiler was kind of like one of those things you look at it and you're kind of like, I like that, but I hate that. So I went sort of for an in-between sort of thing. I went for like a low-level spoiler that's sort of just a little lip spoiler. Just something sort of just to set the rear end off. I did add the front, like, spoiler, but I thought the skirts stuck down too far for the sides to meet up with the rear end, so I just didn't put that on. If it would have had a rear diffuser that went with it, Rockstar, you idiots, then it would have looked right, but it doesn't otherwise. Like I said, it handles really well and everything. I think it drives good. I think it's fun to drive. If someone else doesn't like it, then, you know, well. I really like that car. It's one of my favorites. This was my favorite in the garage for a long time. It's obviously a Ford GT. It's a Bullet. This was actually the first supercar I ever bought in GTA. That was back in the day when money glitches were really, really, really easy. I bought I know all three of these I bought legit. The Jester I bought halfway legit. I think that's it. But this one it was like the first car like I really went after. I really like the look of it. No, it's not the fastest car in the game or the best handling, but I think it's really fun to drive, and it looks really cool. Sounds really good. I know that V8 muscle, bruh. But I mean, it was the first one I ever bought. It used to be white and everything. It used to basically have that color scheme before I discovered that car, and that became my favorite. And this one was no longer my favorite. Sorry, I love you, Bullet. But I mean, I think it looks really cool to like do like cop chases and stuff in, just because, I don't know, yeah, it's sort of like a movie flair to it, something about it. Anyway, last of all, everyone knows this is an adder. This is the Bugatti, and I fought buying one of these for a very long time, just because everyone has an adder, and because everyone has an adder, it's not cool to have an adder. I mean, to me, every car in here has somewhat of a cool factor. Some cars are less common than others. I think it's a cool factor that have a Bullet, that they have an Alpha, that have a Jester like that have a Rapid GT like that. I mean, I think it has a bit of a cool factor to it. But, I mean, that's all personal opinion, really, I guess. I did it with a yellow and black color scheme, sort of go with, you know, I don't know, sort of fit against basically that entire front half of the garage right here. Sort of fits in this color wheel for some reason to me. Obviously, everyone knows this is the highest top-end car in the game, blah 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 blah, no one cares. And I sort of bought it, honestly, to do glitches with. It was a glitch car before the 1.11 updates. And, like, now you have to buy motorcycles, which, I'm sorry, if you like motorcycles in your garage, I apologize. But I think motorcycles look really crap in your garage. I don't really like them. I think they don't fit. I think there needs to be just a separate space in your garage, like a separate door just for, like, motorcycles or something. Like, I don't know. But sort of I bought it for glitches, and now I use it for a lot of top-end races, like with a lot of straight lines and such, because it is the fastest car in the game. I mean, denying that. That one does accelerate and handle better than the Adder. This one does accelerate. It's like the hardest accelerating car in the game outside of like the Entity, I think. This one handles really nice and does really well in races. This one is just really fun to drive, and plus there's a cool factor behind how I'm in row. This one I really like Vipers in real life, and it drives really well, and it's an expensive car, or a inexpensive car you can sort of take out and cruise around in that's not going to cost you a lot to repair. This one's dirt cheap to repair, and plus it's more rare than like most Kyrian Rebels, because you can't really buy this one online. It is the clean version, and it not only is it just the clean version, it's the clean version with the Baja bar, which is the most, as far as I can tell, it's the hardest to find. I might be wrong about that. I haven't really checked in spawn percentages or anything like that. I could be wrong. The LaFerrari I bought because I love Ferrari, and because it handles really well, and it's like a really good balance in between like the Adder and the Entity. I think I haven't really ever owned an Entity. I've driven some that have been really souped up, and Entity is really fun. If I had enough money, I'd probably sell something and buy an Entity, but I'm not sure. The Alpha's in here because balls to it. I think it's sexy, I think it's awesome, and it handles really well. And it's a big car that you can take out, and it doesn't cost you an excessive amount to repair. And yeah, it's just sort of awesome. The Bullet is in here, especially for car chases and stuff like that. It just looks really cool doing it for some reason to me. It has a certain like outlaw flair to it, and I don't know. I really like it. I already went over the Adder, but anyway, guys, this has been my GTA Online sort of introductions video. I didn't exactly, I didn't go all out and just glitch billions of dollars when I had the chance. I should have probably, but I didn't. So this is my garage. I don't have these 3 done yet. They will be done soon. I'm grinding on this game a little bit to get them done. This color is probably going to stay. This color is probably going to change. Just because I like the uniqueness of that color and the way it was with the black wheels. But, yeah. This has been it. I've owned several other cars before this, but this is sort of what the garage looks like right now. It is subject to change whenever the High Life DLC comes out, because, I don't know. The interesting thing, I'm sorry, I'm probably taking up a very long amount of time now, but the thing with the High Life DLC is you can own 2 properties at one time now. So, I think you'll be able to maybe own 2 garages. And if they make it where you can own 2 garages and therefore own like up to 20 cars, I'm gonna be the happiest man on the planet and probably like be at the feet of Rockstar for about 5 minutes, because that's awesome, and that'll give me plenty of room to buy whatever I want and trust me, I will grind and grind and grind on this game to buy whatever I want. Like, you'll probably see, like, if I can buy a second garage, there'll be a lot of off-roaders in there. I mean, there will be a lot of things that I cannot fit in this garage in there, for sure. But anyway, guys, this has been my GTA 5 introduction and garage tour. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you have any suggestions, leave it in the comments section. It would be great if you like this video. I mean, it always helps me out, makes me feel good about myself. This has been my garage tour. I'll be bringing you some GTA 5 content in the future, probably. So, you guys, you have a good day.